MBATHA, marketing manager in a Protea Glen Mall. All you need to do is to connect with us throughout our social media platforms. We are live right now on YouTube and we're also live on Facebook. And the hashtag to use is the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So, LERATO is the marketing manager at Protea Glen Mall, a shopping mall located in Protea Glen, Soweto, providing an exquisite shopping experience. She's heading a youth business LAUNCHPAD as a CSI initiative aimed at helping the youth of Protea Glen and around on showcasing their businesses in the food industry. Ms. LERATO, welcome to the Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning, and how are you doing this morning?
Thank you so much. Good morning to everyone watching and listening.
Yeah. So as we have read everything about you as a marketing manager of Protea Glen. So the first question one would like to ask is, what's it like running a marketing for a mall? And tell us a little bit about the mall itself.
Okay. It's quite challenging.
Yeah.
Because you have different stakeholders, the main ones being your tenants. You have to prioritize them, make sure you obviously engage with them, find out what their challenges are. So that's really why there's center management to be the, what you call it, what's the word? Yes, to obviously we are like communication liaisons between the tenants and also the general public, our shoppers, the patrons that come to the center. And we also, obviously, that's another stakeholder. So we have to make sure as well that we try our best to, satisfy their shopper experience. And then we obviously had other stakeholders as well. So it's very challenging because you handle quite a lot of departments. But nonetheless, because I love interacting with people, so I enjoy it. So it's been a ride.
Yeah. So we understand that Protea Glen Mall has a CSI initiative this youth month called the Youth Business Launchpad of 2025. Can you please share more insight on that? Okay.
We officially launched it last year, primarily because obviously I interact with a lot of young people. So we currently have an SMME market at the mall. So we try to obviously not exclude the entrepreneur who wants to expose their business at the center. And fortunately, we have a third party that we work with that gets us these SMMEs to come and exhibit at the mall. So it just made sense last year that when we launched this Youth Business Launchpad Youth Month was to obviously rope the third party because they're already in the center to say, okay, let's try and expose even more businesses for Youth Month. So that's how it actually came about, this Youth Business Launchpad.
So on this Youth Business Launchpad, the businesses that are going to be invited on this one, is it any business, or are we looking at food business? We're looking at clothing businesses. What are we looking into?
Well, for 2025, we specifically honed or focused on the food entrepreneur, because last year we welcomed every business sector except for the food. So then this year it just made sense that because they were not eligible last year, let's focus on them and the non-alcoholic beverage entrepreneur.
So in terms of, youth empowerment, what do you think this is going to do for the young people, especially in the local townships or in South Africa as a whole?
I think primarily that's to expose them, to our feet that we obviously have coming through. It's to also just to empower them because this initiative, it's in different folds. So there's also the mentorship part of it where we've identified mentors that will be part of the program. And the very nice thing about it, it's not just a once-off, once we wrap up on the 28th, the 30th. So essentially, this Youth Business Launchpad, it's from the 16th to the 30th. The reason why it's because obviously 16 June is Youth Day, but we commemorate the whole month as Youth Month. So we figured that within these 2 weeks, we need to obviously try and maximize quite a lot for these businesses. So this Friday, we're having a networking session as well, where we will have some of these mentors just, obviously being introduced or unveiled. And we will have some of these chosen or selected businesses as well to come through. But it's essentially for everyone on the 20th because remember, we'll be activating it in the main court. So people are doing their shopping and you might just be at the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
So, so yes, so there's mentorship, there's exposure to our mall. And we are obviously empowering you, you know, giving you skills and just empowerment and exposure.
Yeah. Now let's speak about the entry criteria. If someone or young person is watching right now, for you to enter, what is required of you?
Generally, obviously, you have to be South African. You have to be of youth age. You obviously have to be in business.
Yeah.
You know, you've already registered your business. Even if your business is not registered, we are not, you know, excluding you. So, and obviously you have to be a food vendor, meaning a food operator.
Yeah.
And, or a non-alcoholic beverage, you know, vendor. So that's basically the criteria.
Yeah. Very interesting, and we are looking forward to it. And as much as you know, we are going to be speaking about collaboration, and we see that we are also part of you know, the collaboration with you know, the Protea Glen Mall with this youth patch launch. So now I wanted to ask about what can someone look forward to, because we know what to look forward to, but for someone who is watching right now, what is it that they can look forward to?
Obviously. A variety of business operators.
Yeah.
So that's quite exciting. We are hoping to find a lot from the Protea, you know, within the vicinity of Protea Glen Mall.
Yeah.
But we do not exclude, you know, the greater part of Soweto. So what's exciting about obviously Friday the 20th, it's a networking session.
Yeah.
So you never know who you're going to meet. That might just you know, be the catalyst to your business launching. And obviously the information that you will get on the day. But on the 28th of June, when we're having the food market, obviously that's just more an easy vibe. You know, you're just coming through to experience and taste different foods, mingle, network as well, and just, you know, have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if one has a business right there in terms of, you know, exposing themselves, are they going to be selling the food or just showing people what, you know, they're selling in terms of, okay, giving away, you know, food to people?
Yes. Obviously, we are in the business of retail.
Yeah.
So we are going to allow them to make sales.
Yeah.
So they will be able to sell the food.
Yeah.
And the mall is not taking anything from whatever money they make on the day.
Yeah.
They can also do demonstrations. So it's essentially, you know, LERATO goes to the mall and she discovers a samosa guy. Go there, buy my samosas. Yeah, so definitely we're giving them an opportunity to obviously make sales for the day.
Yeah,
yes.
Now, that's a very amazing initiative. So what I wanted to ask is, in terms of crowd, how will you be able to manage the crowd in terms of when you have the official food market day? Because you know that malls tend to get a bit busy. Plus, the 28th is literally towards the end of the month. And at that time, that's where most people are like literally packed at the mall. So how do you plan on managing the crowd movement so that it also brings in brand visibility towards the people that will be there and will be having their stalls inside the mall?
Okay, so fortunately one of our stakeholders is the SEPs. We've obviously roped them in. It's part of JOG, but we have a very active SEP in Protea. So we've roped them in. They will be having marshals there on site as well. And even on the day, on the 28th, we're going to have their presence. So we'll definitely have their trucks there for any of our shoppers that probably want to check their disc, you know, for their cars, for their vehicles. They can renew them there. There'll be even a service of doing your affidavits on site for that day. There'll also be stakeholders that represent, obviously, the youth against crime. So we'll be safe, you know, because we've got Protea Glen Mall security, and we're gonna have the presence of police there as well on the day. And so, you know, the marshals that will be on site, they will obviously assist us with crowd management and control, and we will obviously barricade the area. So the actual food market will be at the parking area. Right opposite routes, but on the far end by the fence. So there will be visibility and demarcations and markings that this is where the food market is. And essentially the reason why we're there is to obviously not obstruct and disturb, you know, the general mall operations for that day, because it is month end as well. So so we've obviously considered that as well.
So who are the other stakeholders?
Well, of course, it's powered by Vooka Breakfast Show. And we've got Iyathile Events. And then we obviously have Roots as well. We've got the SEPs. And we definitely Amapele spices. We've got Saki. And we obviously are still waiting to still partner and rope in many more people, stakeholders, you know, towards the 28th of June.
So before we let you go, I just want to ask you about the possibilities of collaborating. You know, is it possible to kind of like collaborate with other malls that are available, you know, in the township? Let me say maybe Protea, you know, collaborate with Dobsonville Mall, you know, just to push this initiative so that it can reach a lot of people out there, because there's someone who knows Protea and they don't know Dobsonville. There's someone who knows Dobsonville, they don't know Protea. So are there any possibilities? Is it possible?
I think maybe going forward, we should. That's a very interesting, you know, insight, perspective. I mean, that would be awesome if all the malls in Soweto could probably even have like a Imbizo or something, you know. And we obviously push and assist entrepreneurship, you know, SMMEs. That would be amazing, because at the end of the day, we are all, I think, as malls in our local communities, we appreciate obviously all the different stakeholders. And in this instance, we appreciate our entrepreneurs, because we acknowledge that they come to our malls, they spend in stocking, you know, the products, because, I mean, we've got, for example, all different tenants. So if you're selling quarters, you are likely, you know, a regular at one of our supermarkets, butcheries, you know, so we have to obviously give back, you know. So I think as malls, something like that would be amazing for the empowerment and upliftment of even unemployment and generally, you know, the youth that's just doing something for themselves.
Before we let you go, any last words?
Well, please do come through on the 28th of June for the food market. And if you happen to be around the mall, you are more than welcome to pop by on the 20th, which is this Friday. But the main event that we are so excited about is the 28th of June, 2025. Come through and taste the revolution at Protea Glen Mall.
Interesting.
That's amazing.
So if one is watching right now, they want to register, you know, they want to be part of this. Are there any social media that they need to follow, or any, you know, email address that they need to send their email to, number that they need to call, and things like that?
Obviously, if you are watching Vooka, you are on the right platform. You can go through to our Protea Glen Mall Facebook page, which is Protea Glen Mall. And we have the, is it the YBL 2025 dot Protea Glen Mall .com, sorry. Sorry. Yes. So that's obviously the link that you should be using to go and register, to participate, or to just find more information on this whole initiative we're doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, I can't wait for the 28th. Please let all the vendors know that I'm bringing in my taste buds and my stomach.
Awesome.